So, hello everyone. I know it's been a minute, right? Now, I have a question for my fellow Jamaicans, and probably not even just Jamaicans, people in the Caribbean as well, probably the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, right? And, some people might feel some type of way about this, but my question is, why do you bleach? I just cannot, why do you bleach your beautiful black skin? I don't understand. Like, I know it's something that, mentally, and it comes from slavery where, unfortunately we were told nothing black, no good. And, way back then, if you're lighter skin, you get more opportunities, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But why in this day and age people are bleaching their skin?
One of the things we don't talk about enough is bleaching, and bleaching in the realms of color and colorism. We do talk about it, but it's more like just like a pop culture phenomenon, right? We don't go in depth, and whenever people do documentaries on bleaching, they stop at the individual reasons for bleaching. Because me look good, me look handsome, or people may perceive me as being smarter, or whatever. What the documentaries should go to is why. Why do we believe?
What if I told you that right now, millions of people across the Caribbean and Asia are literally poisoning themselves, paying their hard-earned money to strip away the very skin they were born in? What if I told you this is not vanity, this is trauma with a receipt? And what if I told you that every bleached knuckle, every patchy complexion, every chemical burn in is a monument to the most successful psychological warfare campaign in human history? Welcome to the business of sulfate, and business is booming. I have a couple of clips building context on this issue. Watch them. I'll be back with my further commentary.
So, let me be the first to tell you guys, if no one ever told you, absolutely nothing is wrong with the color of your skin. The black skin that you have, nothing is wrong with it, right? And some of the brown and a bleach too. So the brown skin that you have, nothing is wrong with it. Alright, so let's start right there. There's no reason for you to be bleaching. I hate seeing it so much. I hate it. Me even have some cousin who are bleach, and every time I see them, I say, listen, you look, you just look insipid. You look like some germs. Like, why you do yourself so? And you know what? I don't understand either. I don't understand how some people say them broke and they don't have no money, but they can buy bleaching cream. Listen to me. Every time the people them come at the window say them are clean the windscreen, it's like, when I do bleach out one day, me not no money I give, me not no change I give, because life not so hard. Clearly life not so hard. If you can bleach, if you can't afford bleaching cream, still life not so hard. As a matter of fact, me don't want you clean my window, leave it alone. It don't make no sense to me. Also, from a medical standpoint, a lot of you might not know that these bleaching creams are steroids. You are damaging the largest organ of your body. The skin is the largest organ of your body. We learned that in a primary and prep school, right? So it's just like sometimes someone have some medical illness and now wonder when to get it from it, not running on no family, it not this, it not that. And the bleaching, and also for the men out there, it can cause impotence, aka you would not go stand up on a time to have sex, right? And it also predisposes you to diabetes, aka Jamaicans say sugar, right? It is a steroid. Someone just put this up and probably get some cushiony features, or get the purple stray, or like you don't even know what it is you're rubbing into your body. Like the skin is an organ that absorbs whatever you rub in it. That's why the beauty industry is so large. But people, long and short of this rant, you have to stop bleaching. It starts up here. It is a mental thing. It starts up here. And again, I'm gonna say it again. Nothing is wrong with the black skin, right? Nothing at all is wrong with it. There's no reason for you to be bleaching, right? So if you're there with somebody and you when I chrome, me look better, and vibes carter, say coloring book and whatever, ridiculous. Listen to me, rubbish, right? Please, people, please stop the bleaching. Stop the bleaching. It don't look good. It don't look good. And when me there, I want man to try to look me. I mean, I say, look on you and they look on me. No, let's be honest. Why would I want to take up anybody that bleach? That alone is just like an instant no. Come on now. Guys, we have to do better. Nothing is wrong with the black skin that you have. Absolutely. And don't make nobody tell you otherwise. Don't make nobody tell you otherwise. We know that some people grow up in our household when their parents and probably then grandparents, because you know your grandparents, we have one mentality from slavery, because if you raised by your grandmother and your grandmother did raised by fear grandmother, that's not too far from slavery, you know. And at the same teachings them are passed on from generation to generation. Break that generational curse. Nothing is wrong with the color of your skin. Stop the bleaching. Stop the bleaching. Please. Me I beg you. Stop the bleaching. That was the main thing I wanted to say. I just, you know, sometimes I have to come on this and rant. But I also want to say, guys, check out my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. So go over my YouTube channel, like some of the stuff, share some of the stuff, comment below. Let me know that you're over here from TikTok. Follow me on Instagram as well. And of course, guys, stop the bleaching. The pitch patchy thing where the knuckle them have 10 different color, it don't look good. But yeah, that is it.
Having a lighter complexion equates to being more beautiful. And why do we look at someone with a lighter complexion and think they're smarter, etc.? Why? The answer is hundreds of years. That lesson was taught to us over and over and over and over again. So while we on the surface I talk about, boy, why you bleach your skin for? Or somebody say, Lord, me have to bleach and look good. We not tackle the core of this. And unfortunately, there's no major organization or any ministry doing enough to unteach that lesson that taught us that if you're lighter, you're better. If you speak English, you're more proper. These lessons were never untaught. So it's like we get independent, we spend this whole bag of money on celebrating, but little on educating. We have a foundation which is very shaky, a foundation that can be fixed with a national effort, a foundation that can be fixed. But we continue to live and pretend that some of these maladies in societies don't exist. They do. And I look at bleaching, right? And this is not blaming anyone. I want you to understand this, because you can think of the way you think about someone who bleaches, but you're not in their mind. It's trauma. Thinking that this isn't good enough and it needs to go away to lighter to be beautiful. It's trauma. And it's like we don't believe, so we can't have trauma. So we ignore it. We ignore it and allow the same message to go ahead. We have to find some way to unteach those lessons and let every dark-skinned child know that this not have nothing to do with your mind or your beauty.
You know what pisses me off? We talk about skin bleaching like it's a beauty trend, like it's some frivolous choice people make because they saw too many Instagram filters. But that's not what this is. This is psychological trauma. This is what happens when you take up people, strip them of everything they are, and then convince them that their very existence is the problem. Let me paint you a picture of how we got here. For centuries, and I mean centuries, the message was crystal clear. Nothing black is good, not whispered, not implied. It was taught over and over again in plantations, in colonial schools, in churches, in every institution that mattered. Light skin meant opportunities. Light skin meant survival. Light skin meant maybe, just maybe, your children wouldn't face the full weight of what it meant to be black in a white supremacist world. And here's the truly diabolical part. When independence came, when we celebrated our freedom, when we waved our flags and sang our national anthems, when we forgot, one thing we forgot to do is we forgot to unteach the lesson about whiteness. Think about that for a moment. We rebuilt governments, we wrote new constitutions, we renamed streets and tore down statues, but we left the foundation, the very foundation of how we see ourselves, completely untouched. It's like renovating a house built on quicksand and wondering why everything keeps on sinking. Like, yo, You made something wrong at the foundation. I want you to imagine being a dark-skinned child in Jamaica right now, or in America. You wake up every day in a society that's unconsciously telling you that your intelligence, your beauty, your worth, it's all somehow connected to the melanin of your skin. If you're black, you're stupid. That's not a beauty standard. That's psychological terrorism. And today, I will talk about that. Let me talk about the markets, how they respond beautiful to the psychological terrorism. Walk into any corner store, either in Kingston or any other place, any beauty supply in Mumbai, any pharmacy in Manila, in Nairobi, the bleaching creams are right there, front and center, promising transformation, promising acceptance, promising everything the society has told you your skin, like your natural skin can't provide. I've seen people around me bleaching themselves, even men. This is called Stockholm Syndrome on an industrial scale. We have internalized our oppression so completely that we are now paying to continue it ourselves. We've become our own colonizers, and we are doing it on tube of bleaching cream at a time. Let's break down the economics of trauma, shall we? Because that's what this is, trauma monetized. The global skin lightening industry is worth billions, and I'm talking about billions, built entirely on the foundation of making people hate what they naturally they are. It's capitalism feeding off the psychological wounds of colonialism and slavery, and the meal never ends. It is a cycle. But here's what gets me even angrier: the health consequences. We are not just talking about patchy skin or discolored knuckles, though those are bad enough. We are talking about impotence in men. You're going to be impotent, bro. Increased diabetes risk, organ damage. People are literally dying to be lighter. They are trading years of their lives for possibility of social acceptance, for likes, for Instagram likes, and for what? For a society that will still see you as the other, just lighter. The game is rigged, and we are paying to play it. You know what's beautiful and sad about all this? The same societies that pushed white is right for centuries are now selling us ethnic beauty and natural look tutorials on TikTok. The same system that taught us to hate our skin is now monetizing our journey back to loving it. It's trauma, then healing, then monetizing, then healing. It's psychological capitalism at its finest. We've got influencers with naturally light skin preaching self-love to people with dark skin who are bleaching to look like the influencers. It's Ouroboros of confusion, eating its own tail while making money for skincare companies. But let's get real about solutions, because outreach without action is just performance. It's nothing big. This is not something that the individual willpower can solve. You cannot positive think your way out of centuries of institutional conditioning. If you're told you're a monkey, how do you survive from that? Or how do you cope with that? It requires what the source material calls a national effort to unteach. Think about it. If I took centuries of repeated messaging to create this problem, it's going to take a sustained coordinated effort to undo it. We need governments, schools, media, religious institutions, bloggers like the way I'm doing right now to educate people on the importance of having your own skin. Leaders, everyone needs to be singing the same song. Your dark skin is not your enemy. It is your greatest friend. Every dark-skinned child needs to hear repeatedly and consistently that their intelligence has nothing to do with their complexion. Even baby dolls, let us make them in our own complexion melanin. Right? That their beauty is not conditional on proximity to European features. That their worth is not measured by how palatable they are to systems that were never designed to value them anyway. We are not white people. We are not European. We are not anything close to being white. So here's what breaks my heart. Somewhere right now, there is a young person staring in the mirror, hating what they see. Not because there's anything wrong with their reflection, but because everything around them has taught them that there is. Right? They're Googling bleaching creams, reading testimonials, calculating how much they can afford to spend on becoming someone else. Go to Philippines, go to Jamaica, go to Ghana, go to Nigeria, go to Kenya. You'll find people bleaching themselves, and that person doesn't know that their skin tells the story of survival, that their melanin is a love letter from their ancestors. I look like my ancestor. Their DNA runs in me. Protection crafted by generations of resilience. They do not know that the system teaching them to hate their skin is the same system that enslaved their grandparents, colonized their homeland, and extracted wealth while leaving behind poverty and self-doubt. Right? So What do we do? Because if I speak without giving solutions, it's like it's fast. We name it. This is not beauty. This is not a choice. This is the weaponization of insecurity for profit. Secondly, we get institution. Major organizations, governments, education systems, they need to actively counter these messages. Not just avoid being racist, but actively anti-colorist. Third, we get personal. Every time you see someone perpetuating colorist bullshit, call it out. Every time you catch yourself making assumptions based on skin tone, check yourself. Not once, not twice, but check yourself. Every time you have the chance to affirm a dark-skinned person's beauty, intelligence or worth, take it. Because here's the truth that people don't want to talk about. Your dark skin was never the problem, and it will never be the problem. A system that taught you to see it as a problem, that's the problem. The problem is the system. And systems can be changed, but you cannot change your skin. So let us work together. The same ones that did the monuments to white supremacy can tear them down still. We can. The same voices that repeated lighter is better for centuries can start singing new songs like black is beauty, black is gold. Alright, black is beautiful. The same society that created this wound can choose to heal it. But it starts with understanding that every tube of bleaching cream sold is a monument to our collective failure to unteach the lies of colonialism. And every person who chooses to love their natural skin despite centuries of conditioning, let us help them. Let us help them love themselves. That's the revolution we're talking about. The question isn't whether we can undo this damage. The question is whether we care enough about our children to try erase this. Stop bleaching, start the healing, and remember, absolutely nothing is wrong with the skin, with the black skin that you have. The problem was never you. It has always been them. Thank you for watching.